all options will be taken off the table as of today if this is kind of continues, where we can't rehome them to people that, we have, like I said, at Blue Cross been lucky, we've rehomed our XL bully types already to owners that are going to put them on the list and, go with what's required by law. But now we can't even do that.
Well, owners of XL bully dogs, they'll be facing tighter restrictions, and that's from today. It's now illegal to rehome, sell or transfer ownership of XL bullies in England and Wales. When out and about in public, the dogs must now be muzzled and kept on a leash. But the campaign group Don't Ban Me, License Me has successfully secured a judicial review of the new restrictions in a bid to stop or to change this new law. Joined now by Hannah Wiltshire, who's Centre Manager of Blue Cross, a charity which provides specialist care and support for pets. Good afternoon, Hannah.
Hello.
Hello. What do you make then of these restrictions? Are they the right thing? Are they just the start? Do they go anywhere near far enough?
We've always been quite clear that we don't, as a charity, support breed-specific legislation as a way of kind of controlling dogs. It's very much just kind of simplistic and based on physical attributes rather than kind of behaviour and ownership. And today it's going to be really challenging for a lot of people who, even if they've kind of done the right thing and got their dogs on the exemption list, those dogs are still now facing a life of being on lead and muzzled all the time in public. And that's really poor welfare. It's really restrictive for them who previously were probably able to run and play like most dogs out and about. So it's a really challenging time.
Run and play, but also cause a great deal of damage. I mean, the stories have been so many this year of some of the accidents and the tragedies that have happened as a result. So what can be done then? Because we can't see more of that, surely.
Yeah, it's a really horrible incidents have happened this time for sure this year. I think kind of what we would call for is more of a kind of approach which is related to behaviour and training and kind of individual dogs rather than blanket on all dogs that look a certain way. What we're also facing as a rescue sector is the fact that any dogs now already in care, obviously we can't rehome. And luckily at Blue Cross, all of our XL bully types, we have actually managed to rehome before today's deadline. And I know you mentioned the kind of injunction that's been put through. So it's not just about ones that are owned. It's the ones in rescue that have no homes that are now facing potentially, if they are deemed type, euthanasia.
So you would support, would you, the Don't Ban Me, License Me group? I mean, would you would wish to overturn these new restrictions and look again at this?
Yeah, I think what we're saying is we're watching all the injunction and judicial review processes with interest, because we hope something can be done for those XL types that are in rescue. Because like I said, they are facing no options, that all options will be taken off the table as of today if this is kind of continues, where we can't rehome them. To people that, we have, like I said, at Blue Cross been lucky, we've rehomed our XL bully types already to owners that are going to put them on the list and, go with what's required by law. But now we can't even do that. And so, we are going to be watching closely and really do hope something can be done so those dogs at least can get into homes.
But what would that be? I mean, it does feel like a sort of impossible situation, doesn't it? Because, of course, you've got the animal welfare, at the top of your list of priorities. But people seeing more and more stories about what the XL bully dog is capable of will want to do everything possible to stop that being repeated, which I'm sure also you can understand.
Absolutely. It's about responsible ownership, isn't it? And that's for all breeds of dogs, if I'm being honest. Any dog can pose a risk, but the vast, vast majority of them don't, of all breeds. So it's about responsible ownership. And, we are part of the network with Dogs Trust and Hope Rescue, Battersea, RSPCA, SSPCA. We're all kind of trying to lobby towards a different approach, which, like I said, isn't just based on looks. It's too simplistic. needs to be a more individual approach, because it's not just, sometimes the XL bully types that kind of cause issues. It can be any, but equally they can cause no issues at all, just like any other breed. So it's too simplistic, and we would kind of go back to that kind of group that we're working with, like Dogs Trust and RSPCA as mentioned, to speak to the government again to try and change things. But as it stands, this is where we are, and